Oh, good afternoon, everybody. Keith here. Hoping everybody's having a good day, enjoying life, living life, loving life. Want to get on and explain something very simple to everybody. And basically, I'm hoping we can get Melvin Washington on here because he just got done doing a video not too long ago. He's down in Mississippi somewhere. And Mississippi is what's known as a, quote, fire at will state, unquote. And when we think about that one particular law, I want everybody first to remember that the law is uniform throughout all jurisdictions. First and foremost, that's equity. It has to be fair. It has to be equal. And when we think about that statement, fire at will state. When we think about the quantum grammar of it, flip everything around and start with state. What is the state that yourself is presently in? Not at. Okay? First and foremost, what state is yourself in? Not was it in or will it be in, but presently here in. As in, how do you present yourself? Now, not in accordance to what some record says in the past or what some profile might be in the future or for the future. So when we think about that, and then we go to will. Okay, in the state that you're in, what is the will? Is it the will of a word of the past, or is the will of the projection of a word in the future for detriment or benefit? So let's consider what's going on now. Whose will is it? Is it yours? Is it theirs? If you profess it's yours, where does it extend from? From their will or his will? So now that we've gotten the state and the will clarified, and we've already mentioned the concept of present tense and past tense and future tense, as well as the state that you're in or at. And this is where we talk about in regards to law, at law or in law. Because if you're at law, there's a particular circle of people that operate in law, and that circle is where people at law come to for law. And once they get law, then they therefore are in law. Until then, they are only at law, which is outlaw. Okay? Now let's talk about fire. Fire is a verb. And my sister Trey Bine and I spoke briefly on this the other day in regards to the elements. There are 5 element things on earth. Earth, wind, water, and fire. Fire is one of the jurisdictions that isn't given by God because it's already there. We don't need the land, the earth. We don't need the air, wind. We don't need the water. We need the fire. We need that spark. That action that it takes to prove your will. And that spark will tell you where it comes from. Does it come from him automatically from inside? Or does it come from somebody else firing upon you and you therefore reacting instead of having the fire already to just absorb that negative energy and say. So when we think about this fire at will state and how it's uniform throughout all jurisdictions, once again, I'm going to try, I'm hoping this is pointing out to you the twist on the words that they put in their legislated words and how you need to untangle them for your benefit. Because originally, it's his word. And they're just putting a twist on it. Untwist it. If their words are clothing you, rip it off. Get down to your bare nakedness. Show them the truth. Show them the fire in the state of your will. And that's as simple as it gets. However you want to do that. If you want to keep using their forms, I suggest you keep using their forms very wisely and changing the terms and conditions appropriately. To, in beginning, was Word. And the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and so the Word was God. Or Word was with God, and so the Word was God. So that includes telling the truth, the whole truth, and no thing but the truth. So when you see their forms, if you see something that isn't true, then correct it. Anyway, I hope Melvin was able to catch on here. I don't know, let me go back through. Yeah, it doesn't look like he came on. But anyway, yeah, there you go. JJ says it perfectly. Fire from our soul, solo, sun. Perfect. Great. Yeah. And it comes, the soul of the heel is what's planted on the earth. And it contains the nutrients of the land, the air, the breath of God, and the water. See, we're both Adamic and Evic, Adam and Eve. And there's a fluctuation and a balance of both. That is overcoming the ego. You're realizing what your true name is, your true calling. Because he's already called you. He's already called you to your duty. Hosea 4, my people shall perish for lack of knowledge. See, when you start verbalizing yourself in the proper manner, you take over the personalization. You learn how to control those persons and not let them control you. You're able to take your actions in will, and prove that will through any person. That's how much power you have. Even their person. because their person has no power over you. It doesn't even have any power over your person, because neither one of them has any power whatsoever unless there is a will. Where is that will? Is it in you? So think about this stuff, people. And this is something I hope will get you to comprehend how to act accordingly. When we quit teaching our younger people this very important knowledge, internal knowledge, and put so much importance on the math and the reading and the writing and all the shit that's skewing your minds and indoctrinating, and they're not getting an education. They're being told to memorize things, and that's something you don't use any cognitive abilities for. You need to start cognizing things on your own, and then recognizing them through repeated experiences, so you can then express the reality, the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, in how it, quote, relates to you. Events that already happened and how they and then later apply to you, they don't. That's just a person in the past. That's all it is. You, yourself is now. What state are you in? Are you doing what you will? Really? Honest. Are you really doing what you will? Are you doing what he wills or what they will? Get back to the root of the will within yourself, not the damn person. The person is already damned. He is a respecter of no persons. And when you teach your children how to live in person and not in will, they pay for your sins. He's a respecter of no persons. His people perish for lack of knowledge, because they don't teach that knowledge of people onto their younger generations. They let them live in person. Again, I referred to a young child I recently met, 6 or 7 years old, and he looked at me the first time I met him. He said, most people are dead their entire lives. A 6 or 7 year old kid looked at me in the eyes and said, most people are dead their entire lives. Astounding. It's an internal knowledge. I hope society doesn't skew this kid's mind. So when we talk about fire at will state and how it's equal and uniform throughout all jurisdictions, flip it around and show them the fire in his will through yourself. Please. And remember, folks, takes a lot of research, and I hope you guys are doing that, not believing me. I don't want you to believe the government. I don't want you to believe your neighbor. I don't want you to believe books. I want you to experience this stuff, learn it through that experience, that recognition of that experience, by being able to correlate it with having done this before. To repeatedly do something and subject yourself to that repeatedly with the same result is the definition of insanity. They are banking on it. They are banking on it. In the meantime, remember, folks, if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be doing this. I hope I am helping you out. And in the meantime, I just dropped my PayPal link. I'll post it up in the comments as well. Up top. And I appreciate anything you can do. It's the only way I can help myself is by helping you guys. So I'm putting it out there, and we'll see how it goes. I guess I can't do that. Okay, well, I guess I'll post it when I get done here. But I thank everybody for joining me. I hope you comprehend what I just passed on, and I hope you pass it on. My people shall perish for lack of knowledge. And if you deny him, he'll deny you. If he denies you, he's going to deny your children as well. That's why he denies you, because you're not using his knowledge. You're not using his knowledge. Anyway, for you guys, I would be doing this. God bless you. Love you. Have a great day. Bye.